Hey, hey, hey. Happy Friday. Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. Friends and family all over the world. Beautiful people. It's a great day to be with you. Once again, I'm coming to you from the bedroom on this Friday because the princess is having homeschooling out in the common area. So we do what we got to do. You got to do what you got to do. Hope you're having a beautiful Friday so far, wherever you are. My peace, my heart, my love is with you. It's been a wild week. It's been a full week and a good week. I think we continue to be illuminated in beautiful ways. And, I was thinking Life on Love, Friday's Life on Love with me, has kind of turned into Principle Fridays. Especially this week we've had a couple of wonderful, beautiful human beings, a couple entertainers. Don Savage on Monday, Marcia Mercant on Thursday, of course Jafon, the work that Jafon and I do on Tuesdays, Sensational Six, and their wonderful way of presenting on Wednesdays. That I just want to bring straight principle today. And right from what I've been doing the last couple of weeks is right from 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, and look at some of the ways that he presents principle. I love it in this book this month. His theme is fulfillment, which is such a powerful word. I love it. And I love at one point, many years ago, Reverend Michael Beckwith created this term. It was at the beginning, actually, if you know the Ricky Byers' I Found a Deeper Love record album. At the very beginning of My Connection with God, Reverend Michael does a prayer that they call a rap in the song. It's like a prayer. He's kind of giving a sermon. It's beautiful. I invite you to listen to it. And one of the lines in that, he says, as we're going around looking for fulfillment in life, oftentimes we don't find fulfillment, we find fulfillment. And I think that's such a beautiful articulation, a distinction between what it actually is to be fulfilled, a sense of something that happens from within, something that moves us from within, something where we know that our needs are met now, that we actually from the well that's within us, which is the presence, which is life, capital L life, our needs are met from there rather than consumption of being filled up with something, whatever that might be. Anything, could be anything, food, drink, relationships, love affairs, whatever's, kind of out there that entices us to be filled by it. The distinction between fulfillment and fulfillment. And I think that's a powerful distinction. So I just want to take this opportunity today for as long as it goes to bring one of the readings from 365 Science of Mind to you, allow Ernest Holmes to illuminate us, share some of my interpretation of it. And also, as always, continue to invite you to share, to ask questions, share your insights, or ask any questions as we move through our time. So please feel the freedom, feel the freedom to do that. And don't be bashful. Let's interact. I so much enjoy interacting with all of you. It's a great gift. And I love sharing with you, and I love you sharing with me. And that to me makes a whole relationship. And we need that right now. We need dignified discourse right now. We need it's so interesting that we can say things and there's so much on the forefront of life right now, political overtones and people getting plugged in one way or another. And my commitment is to stay in principle. And so dignified discourse is listening to each other. I believe it starts with listening and the willingness to hear, entertain, and then make a choice. Hear what somebody has to say, consider it, and then choose whether you agree or disagree and what your stance on it is. And then another person is willing to do that as well. That's dignified discourse. That's a real dialogue, conversation. And so, yeah, I'm interested in that. And I know this can seem like a one-way street with me just sharing with you, but I'm definitely interested in hearing from you. So I want to share this reading in its totality with you and then kind of unpack it a little bit. It's from today. I believe it's October 2nd. Is that right? Is that nuts? Is it wild that it's October 2nd? Where is the year gone? Well, we've all been in our homes. This is called Life Within Me Strengthens Me. When we turn from all belief in separateness, we find the indwelling spirit. When we have dismissed all fear, we know that life is love. When we have turned away from every sense of weakness, we know that life is strength. This thought fills me with confidence and courage. Resting securely in this knowledge, I am renewed, guided, and led step by step by the power of an ever-present love. Today, I permit the divine life, the divine spirit, the divine life spirit to flow through me. Rejoicing in that presence, I am free from fear. I live in perfect faith. There is but one power and presence in the universe, which is life, the living spirit almighty. Disregarding any appearance that seems to contradict this divine fact, I press forward with the certain knowledge that I am forever one with this invisible presence that is able, ready, and willing to direct all my ways. I know that her ways are made of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. Today I walk in these ways of pleasantness. There is a divine authority at the center of my being that announces itself in every act. I have implicit confidence in the invisible part of me, which is my share in the God nature, my partnership with the infinite, my oneness with all that is. Today, I accept my good. Today, I bless that good and cause it to multiply in my experience. Today, I shall not doubt nor fear. Life within me strengthens me. Let's just take one statement. And again, let me know if you're out there. I want you to weigh in and talk to me. Today, I shall not doubt nor fear. What if we actually take that on as a charge for today? There is a tremendous amount of doubt and fear, especially in our country today. How do I know? I see it. I check in with social media. Those of us even steeped in principle, there's a tremendous amount of othering that happens. A tremendous amount of make wrong based in fear, based in doubt. I get roped up into it too. And I have to be reminded moment by moment, take a deep breath and rest in the idea that life within me strengthens me. We all get caught up in othering, all of us, and get caught up in being righteous. Caught up in being right. But Ernest Holmes is inviting us to actually turn our attention inward, as he always does, and invites us to consider there's something within me that strengthens me, that cannot be overpowered by anything outside of me, that cannot be filled full. Rather, we're being invited into fulfillment. that which is within strengthens me. Today, I permit the divine spirit to flow through me. You know, sometimes these statements are so abstract when we study them. Today, I permit the divine spirit to flow through me. What does that even mean? How do we do that? We have to listen. We have to squash the chatter. We have to silence, we have to mute the noise so that we can actually listen, so that we can actually hear something, that we can actually be blessed by something, that we can be guided, that we can understand something. Who out there today doesn't want a greater strength? Who out there doesn't want to experience a greater fulfillment? Rejoicing. Today, I permit the divine spirit, life, to flow through me. Rejoicing in its presence, I am free from fear. How do you, when you're with a friend, let's say you're at a dinner party or amusement park, or wherever you find yourself, just out taking a walk. We rejoice in our friendship because simply by basking in this person's presence, we have discourse, we have banter, we talk, we interact, we tell stories and make each other laugh. That's rejoicing. And it's the same relationship with the Spirit. It's the same relationship with life within us that we can rejoice in. I mean, I know when I'm with my friends, when I'm with my pals on the golf course, having a beer, whatever it might be, and we're just telling stories and we're playing golf and we're laughing and we're walking together and just being there together, the weight of the world tends to slide away. The challenges of the day tend to slide away. The choices, the things that weigh on my awareness, the things that I feel so responsible for, tend to slide away. That's what we're being called into, is to rejoice in that relationship with the Spirit, to actually have an interaction with it, a communion with it, an experience of it, such that as we do, a couple things happen. We're being guided. We're actually listening to that intuitive sense that we all have, and we're rejoicing in the relationship. And it's not possible to rejoice in something and live in fear at the same time. We're called to rejoice in something, in our relationship with life. Somebody out there, let me know you're here, or else I just feel like I'm talking to myself. Somebody just say hello, say something, anything. I mean, I'm fine with talking to myself. I do it all the time, but I want to be with you today. When we have turned away from every sense of weakness, we know that life is strength. When we have turned away from every sense of weakness, we know that life is strength. What do we do first? Turn away from the idea that we're weak. See, these are principles that we can bring into our daily lives. That's my prayer for today. Principles and ideas that we can bring into life. Principle, a proven practice that we can bring into our life, such that our life is transformed, such that we experience a greater sense of fulfillment. When we have dismissed all fear, we know that God is love. When we have turned away from every sense of weakness, we know that God is strength. This thought fills me with confidence and courage. Resting securely in this knowledge, I am renewed, guided, and led step by step by the power of an ever-present love. And the power of an ever-present love. I simply want to ask, are you fulfilled today? Do you experience a sense of fulfillment? Maybe in some area, maybe not in others. Are you interested in being fulfilled? Likely, right? I'm sure you want to be. The thing about all spiritual principle is that we have to apply it. We have to. It can't just be mere entertainment for entertainment's sake, or else it's just that, entertainment. Going to a movie, watching it, that was wonderfully entertaining. Talk about it for a couple of minutes, even like Sunday mornings. You go to Sunday service, or you watch the Sunday service. Maybe you get with some friends and talk about what Dr. Joe said, what I have to say. Talk about it for a couple minutes afterward, go about your way, and then you forget all about it. And maybe once in a while, a scene from whatever your favorite movie is comes into your head. Once again, you're entertained by it. But what about an application of the principles? What about instead of just being entertained, that we actually consider the idea and really bring it in, seek to metabolize it, to meditate on it, to really be changed, a willingness to be changed, a willingness to live a life on love, a willingness to live in love. When we turn from all belief in separateness, we find the indwelling spirit. When we have dismissed all fear, we know that life is love. When we have turned away from every sense of weakness, we know that God is strength. This thought fills me with the confidence and courage. Resting securely in this knowledge, I am renewed, guided, and led step by step by the power of an ever-present love. Principle calls us to actually work at the level of cause. There are a lot of folks out there that work at the level of effect. How can you move things around? There's a lot of life coaches and teachers and people doing wonderful work in the world, and oftentimes it works at the level of effect. If you just do this in your relationship, you'll be happier, rather than changing yourself. If you just modify this behavior, you'll be happier, rather than transforming yourself. A modification in behavior first starts with cause. No modification of behavior is going to last unless there's a revolution that happens inside of you, unless there's a heartful revolution that takes place. No change is lasting without an internal revolution. And a revolution is good. It's a blessing. And that's my blessing for each one of us today, is that we actually experience a revolution, that we experience a change. I went to the Philippines. I've mentioned this. I went to the Philippines a year ago, May, seeking to make some significant changes in my life. And it was a tough 2 weeks. It was just a tremendous amount of internal work, in addition to being with the Filipino people, learning a little bit of the language, hanging out, doing some service work, having a good time, and also doing this internal work to change. And sometimes it doesn't take going to another country, but it takes going into that hermetically sealed chamber of our own spiritual practice to actually change, which is hard work. And a lot of us aren't willing to do it. I know there's times in my life when I haven't been willing to do it. Times that I have been. Most of the times that I have been is because I'm stuck way up the tree and have no idea how to get down. And so I need to ask for help to go through like an overhaul of change. That's generally been the time when I've welcomed the greatest transformation in my life. What I've learned more is that if I want to keep growing, it's important to continue to be curious about the depths of what I'm capable of, the depths of my soul, the depths of my connection with life. Just like in any relationship, I love to share this when I'm doing a commitment ceremony or a wedding ceremony, that there's always something more to learn about another person, no matter how long we've been together. There's always something more to discover. We can always discover a greater truth. More. That curiosity keeps us in the game, keeps us in the life game. What more can you discover today about your life, about how you can apply these sacred principles that we know and love so deeply and so greatly? How can you apply it today such that your life has benefited greatly from it? What question can you ask today that would actually initiate a harvest, a windfall of goodness and magnificence? What question can you ask today from which you can harvest a greater life, a greater sense of being? Today, I permit the divine spirit to flow through me. Rejoicing in its presence, I am free from fear. I live in perfect faith. There is but one power and presence in the universe, which is God, the living Spirit Almighty. Disregarding any appearance that seems to contradict this divine fact, I press forward with the certain knowledge that I am forever one with the invisible presence that is able, ready, and willing to direct all my ways. I know that her ways of pleasantness, her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. Today I walk in these ways of pleasantness, and no wind can blow my bark astray. No wind can blow my bark astray. There is a divine authority at the center of my being that announces itself in every act. I have implicit confidence in the invisible part of me, which is my share in the God nature, my partnership with the infinite, my oneness with all that is. Today, I accept my good. Today, I bless that good and cause it to multiply in my experience. Today, I accept my good and cause it to multiply in my experience. Today, I shall not doubt nor fear. God within me strengthens me. That's what I've got for you today. I actually have nothing else to share with you. If there's any takeaway, take away this. Today, I bless that good and cause it to multiply in my experience. Are you willing? You've got to be willing. You've got to be ready to experience fulfillments in your life. Willing and ready to accept and experience fulfillments in your life, or else we will continue chasing our tails, trying to be filled full rather than be fulfilled. God bless you. I hope it's an extraordinary Friday for you. Next week, we've got another wonderful lineup of beautiful people. Dr. Joe will be back in just about 2 weeks. We'll get to start hearing from him again, and he'll be starting to get back, jump on Sunday services. I know many folks are excited about that. It'll be great to have him back in the mix. I've been so incredibly blessed to be with you over the course of this summer. And hopefully we've gotten to know each other a lot better. Hopefully you've gotten to know me a lot better. And that the love affair continues to be created. I know it's not easy when when the spiritual leader that you've known for so long goes on a sabbatical for 4 months, and then someone new who you want to build relationship with, and there's some parts about it that it's just an unfamiliar process. But I hope over the course of these 4 months that we've actually begun to really get to know each other. I've done my best to share my heart with you, my life with you, insights, meet some people that are key in my unfoldment and who help sustain me. And I continue to look forward to everything that will continue to unfold for us as a spiritual community, and how we continue to build, how we continue to invest collectively through our talent, time, and treasure, how we continue to invest in Center for Spiritual Living Palm Desert in such a way that it will bless us for another generation, that it will continue to bless us as we bless the community and feed each other, and the continued demonstration of life's love, of life's beauty, of the presence of the Spirit that is so alive and well within our community. And until we actually get back together in person, that we continue to nurture our community in all the ways that we do already, knowing that at some point we will come back together and continue to live life on love. Thank you, Center for Spiritual Living Palm Desert. Have an extraordinary Friday. Much peace, much love. If you need somebody, please remember to reach out. If you're feeling lonely or lost, call somebody. Call our office, send an email, reach out. I know we've been in this thing for 7 months now. It's a long time. Everybody's feeling it. Everybody is feeling it. Please remember to reach out. Find those lifelines, find those love lines, reach out. Much peace, much love. Make today best day ever. I will see you Sunday for another wonderful service. God bless you.